Hello, and welcome back to the Rise Up podcast. I'm thrilled to have you here with us today as we dive into a topic that speaks to the heart of personal growth and meaningful change. Today, we're exploring a powerful yet often overlooked approach to success, focusing on small, simple actions rather than overwhelming goals. You might be surprised at how choosing attainable, consistent steps can lead to lasting transformation, sometimes even more effectively than aiming for the stars right from the start. And just a quick reminder, we have a PDF transcript prepared for anyone who would like to follow along or revisit the key points. So if that's helpful for you, you'll find it linked in the episode notes. Now let's jump in and start exploring the impact of these simple yet powerful choices. In life, many of us aspire to make meaningful changes, to become healthier, find inner peace, or achieve a certain level of success. We imagine the version of ourselves who exercises regularly, wakes up early, meditates, or reads more often. Yet, there's a common tendency that sabotages these intentions. We often avoid the simpler, attainable steps in favor of overly ambitious or idealized goals. Why? Because small steps may not seem impressive or impactful, while grand gestures feel like they could transform our lives overnight. However, real change often has a different path, one that builds from small, sustainable actions. The allure of difficult goals and the dismissal of simple steps. One reason we shy away from smaller steps is the assumption that significant change requires drastic action. Want to get fit? People think they need a grueling workout regimen. Want inner peace? They believe they should meditate for hours. But when we leap into these unrealistic expectations, we often face burnout, disappointment, or lack of follow-through. We become disheartened and may even convince ourselves that improvement is out of reach. Yet when we look closely, the real progress often comes from those who prioritize gradual, manageable changes. These changes may seem inconsequential at first, waking up just a few minutes earlier each day, exercising for just 5 minutes, or meditating for 1 minute. But small actions can accumulate over time, turning into profound shifts. This approach allows us to stay consistent, avoid overwhelming ourselves, and build habits that last. Reframing what it means to achieve a goal. The misconception around big versus small goals is rooted in our culture's emphasis on instant results. It's easy to feel that any effort that doesn't immediately show results isn't worth the time. However, making an impactful, lasting change in any area of life is less about the speed of achievement and more about the sustainability of your actions. Achieving a big goal might feel rewarding momentarily, but if it's not sustainable, it's likely that progress will fade. Take the example of waking up early. Many people attempt to suddenly wake up hours earlier than their regular time, setting ambitious alarms and bracing themselves for an intense adjustment. But after a few days, exhaustion kicks in, and the plan falls apart. The real key to success is to start with a small, manageable shift, just 1 minute earlier each day. Though it sounds trivial, this gradual approach trains your body and mind to adapt smoothly, making it far easier to sustain over time. By the end of a month, you'll be waking up 30 minutes earlier without the harsh adjustment period. It's the kind of change that is small enough to maintain, yet substantial enough to make a difference. Similarly, if you want to get in shape, committing to hours of exercise every day, right from the start, can be overwhelming. Instead, starting with a 5-minute workout may seem like it wouldn't make a difference. But as this small action becomes routine, it can serve as a gateway to longer, more intensive sessions. Over weeks and months, this gradual increase in physical activity could have a huge impact without the high risk of burnout. Cultivating inner peace through small actions. Another example is the pursuit of peace and relaxation. Many people recognize the benefits of meditation, yoga, and mindfulness, yet struggle to make these practices a regular part of their routine. Often, it's because they expect immediate results from long meditation sessions or intense mindfulness exercises. But just as with any other goal, the pursuit of peace and mental clarity can begin with small, manageable steps. If sitting in silence for an hour sounds daunting, try sitting quietly for just 1 minute. This 1 minute can help you become comfortable with stillness. Gradually increase this time by a few seconds each day. Eventually, you'll find yourself able to sit in peaceful meditation for a meaningful length of time without the overwhelming urge to stop. In building this habit gradually, you allow yourself to embrace peace naturally instead of feeling pressured by an unrealistic standard. This same approach applies to almost any practice meant to enhance mental well-being, such as journaling, yoga, or even simple breathing exercises. Instead of demanding that you perfect these practices, allow yourself to begin with a small commitment. This not only takes the pressure off, but also allows you to integrate these activities into your life in a way that feels manageable, redefining success and happiness through simple, consistent effort. In addition to physical and mental well-being, people often seek fulfillment in other areas of life, whether it's mastering a new skill, discovering a passion, or achieving happiness. Yet, fulfillment and happiness are not about monumental achievements. They're built from the small, everyday actions that give our lives depth and meaning. Consider someone learning to play the guitar. They may dream of performing complex pieces but feel frustrated by their lack of skill. Rather than focusing on the distant goal of mastery, they can focus on learning just one chord. With time, they'll learn more chords, and eventually, those small steps will add up to real proficiency. Similarly, if reading more is a goal, start by reading one paragraph or one page a day. Over time, this tiny habit grows into a regular reading practice that can transform your knowledge, perspective, and even your vocabulary. These small, consistent actions might not feel impactful in the moment, but looking back, you'll realize how each one contributed to real growth and a deeper sense of achievement. Embracing the present and building for the future. Another aspect of living meaningfully involves being open to experiences and appreciating the present moment. Many people feel pressured to find their purpose or to know exactly where they're headed. But the pursuit of a meaningful life doesn't have to start with an earth-shattering realization. It can begin with the small acts of exploring your interests and enjoying life's simple pleasures. Want to learn more about music? Try listening to different genres or playing a simple song. Interested in travel? Plan a weekend trip, even if it's close to home. These experiences may seem small, but they enrich our lives and contribute to a fuller sense of purpose. The beauty of this approach is that it allows you to explore and discover at a comfortable pace without the weight of unrealistic expectations. By focusing on present actions, you'll naturally uncover passions and pursuits that bring meaning to your life, often in unexpected ways. The compound effect of simple choices. The beauty of small, consistent actions lies in their cumulative effect. Imagine a year of waking up 1 minute earlier each day, reading 1 page a day, or exercising for just 5 minutes each morning. These actions, though minimal individually, create profound change when compounded over time. This is the essence of meaningful change, not in drastic, unsustainable shifts, but in simple, practical actions repeated consistently. If we stop waiting for the right time to make major life changes and instead start with small, attainable goals, we'll see how these manageable actions create momentum. Each small choice contributes to a pattern of behavior that, over time, shapes us into the person we want to become. This approach isn't flashy or instant, but it's sustainable and surprisingly transformative. Final thoughts. In the end, the path to self-improvement and personal growth doesn't require radical overhauls or monumental goals. It's about the seemingly ordinary actions that we choose to take each day. The simplicity of these choices doesn't make them any less effective. In fact, it's what makes them possible to maintain. By focusing on what's simple and achievable, you allow yourself to progress without feeling overwhelmed or discouraged. The journey of 1,000 miles truly does begin with a single step. So embrace the small actions, the 1-minute adjustments, the tiny habits, the simple pleasures. Each small choice leads to the next, and over time, you'll find that you've not only achieved your goals, but transformed your life in ways that are both fulfilling and sustainable. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Rise Up podcast. I hope today's discussion inspires you to consider the power of small actions and how they can lead to meaningful change in your life. Remember, transformation doesn't always require grand gestures. It often begins with small, sustainable steps that build up over time. If you'd like to review any part of this episode, don't forget that we've prepared a PDF transcript for easy reference, available in the episode description. As always, we appreciate your support and look forward to rising up together in our next episode. Take care, and we'll catch you next time.